Hey, what's going on, guys? So the patch notes for Tricks or Treat just released today. The update is going live next week, and there's a lot of stuff to cover. There's some stuff that's a little bit more important than the other, so I'm going to be covering the most important stuff that I think that you guys need to know for next week's update, but there's some stuff that are not addressed yet. So I would love to kind of talk about everything that is being addressed in this patch, but have been left out for hopefully later patches. So first off, with weapons, the R201 and the R101 are getting increased kick to ADS and from hipfire. I know Ishii is going to be kind of upset by this, so I'm sorry, Ishii, but I kind of saw this coming. I know a lot of people use the R101, the R201. It's basically the go-to gun right now, at least on consoles. And I can understand why they're doing this, because they're hoping, more people use different guns in the games. But the one thing that's not actually addressed in the weapons is like the G2 and the alternator, guns that are really overpowered, but have not been addressed. I mean, hell, I've been playing games all day today where I've been getting melted by people with G2s from the farthest distance away to the closest distance away, and it doesn't matter whatsoever. The same thing goes with the alternators. So I don't understand why they are nerfing the R101 and the R201, and they're not paying attention to those guns whatsoever. But there you have it. Now on to the flatline. The flatline is actually getting a decrease in recoil, which is very nice. The flatline is one of my favorite guns, but when they actually increase, how much recoil it has, and they decrease how much damage it does, it sucked to use. So I'm really happy that they're actually bringing the flatline back. Having that reduced recoil is going to be really nice, and I'm actually going to be able to hit people from pretty far away. The Mozambique and the Wingman Elite are actually being equipable to primary slots. So I don't know why this is a thing, but I guess it's a requested thing, or they're just trying to see how it works out with everybody. But the Mozambique is actually becoming an automatic shotgun, so you no longer have to pull the trigger. You just pull the trigger once, and it fires full auto, kind of like the EVA. But with the Mozambique, it's actually getting 2 more rounds, and the firing rate is being increased. So I guess if you weren't annoyed by the Mozambique now, hopefully it won't annoy you too much with this next patch. The Wingman Elite, though, I'm very happy about this. So they're increasing the damage to that, and they're increasing the magazine. I always thought it was kind of weird of it having such a shallow magazine for a revolver, but also too, like, the damage does not match up with like just the regular Wingman. So I'm really happy they're making this change. I look forward to actually using this Wingman Elite, just because it was one of my favorite sidearms. So I'm really interested to see how this works out in this next update. Now, this next thing I do not agree with whatsoever, because I find them very annoying already. So turrets are now getting increased health, but they take more damage from pilot weapons. So 2 times damage from anti-Titan weapons, grenade weapons, ordnance abilities, and then 3 times damage from primaries. Again, I do not agree with this whatsoever. I find those pilot sentries very annoying. I don't know. I really would just have loved for them to just kind of keep them the same, but reduce how much damage they do, because I mean, if you're doing a PvP match or an attrition match and you just barely walk into the side of this thing, it's going to drop you instantly. So I find this is going to be very annoying. I know a lot of people, instead of equipping either the smart pistol or amp weapons, use sentries just because they last a minute. So I don't know. I don't really like this change. I guess we'll have to see how it is for next week, but I am going to be the first one to say that I do not agree with this whatsoever. Now on to Titans. Northstar is the only one that actually got a buff. No other Titans were touched, but Northstar now gets a slightly faster hovering speed, and cluster missile speed has been increased. So they're actually going to be able to shot faster to the target. So that's pretty nice. I did think kind of Northstar has a very slow approach speed when he's in flight core, and it kind of sucks to make you kind of like a sitting duck in the air. So I'm happy to see that. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't too worried about the cluster missile speed, but I guess with this I would love to see how fast they actually go now. Now on to game modes. Attrition is being changed to where the score limit is increased to 650 points. I think 500 was kind of shallow. There's not enough time, and really sometimes you actually run out of time to get to 500. So sometimes it's actually kind of a chore to get there, but they're actually increasing the time to 15 minutes. So I'm really happy about that. I really do love playing attrition. It sucks that it doesn't last very long, but hopefully with an increased amount of points you have to get and increased time, it's going to be really nice to kind of continue on with that game mode. They're also adjusting the AI composition. I don't know if that's maybe increased stalkers, increased specters, grunts, reapers, whatever. I really do hope that they actually change the Reaper composition, just because I feel like, oh my god, every time you turn around towards the end of the match, there is a crap load of Reapers. And actually, when I get farther into the patch notes, Reapers had definitely got a buff in this update, and I don't know, just kind of like the pilot sentries, I don't know how happy people are going to be. But I would love to see a lot of Spectres. I mean, if there's an increase of Spectres, that'd be great, because I love hacking these things, and just having like AI companions running around as Spectres more out throughout the game would be fantastic. Now onto pilot abilities. The only pilot ability to actually get a nerf was Grapple, and I would love to know what you guys think that actually use this grappling ability quite a bit. Iniquity, Papercut, anybody, I would love to know, because if somebody that's not a grappling main, I don't know how much of a change this is going to be. But so for Grapple now, you are only going to have 1 charge, but a faster charging rate. I never saw a problem with Grapple where it was at with 2 charges, but I don't know if this is going to be a game changer or not for people that play Grapple. I would love to know what you guys think. I would love to see, how this works out for next week's update. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset by this because they're so used to that two-time grappling capability. Now, Hollow Pilot is actually getting a buff, and this is really nice. So, the Hollow Pilot ability is being decreased, so where people can use it more often, from 16 seconds to 12 seconds. This is really good. Again, like I said, there's a lot of pilot abilities out there that people do not use, Hollow Pilot being one of them, that often. So, it's really nice to see that it actually is getting a buff now, and hopefully get to see a lot more people out there using it, and hopefully we get to see a lot more bamboozlings going on. The next ability that gets a buff as well is Pulse Blade. Now, this is great too, because again, Pulse Blade, I don't see a whole lot of people using this ability, but also too, I understand why people were not using it. So, the reason why people were using it is because the Pulse Blade ability took too long to recharge, but that is being changed now because it's decreasing from 40 seconds to 25 seconds wait time for that charge to recharge. So you're going to be able to use the Pulse Blade a lot more often, which is very nice. The only downside from it is the duration that it lasts. It goes down from 6 seconds to 4.5 seconds. So it doesn't last very long, but you get to use it more often, and that is what I see as just a great buff for this ability, because I love kind of knowing where people are at, and this is going to be an ability that helps me out. Now on to the Reaper buffs. So the Reapers are actually getting increased health. They're going from 3,000 to 3,500. Their projectile speed and their accuracy with their weapons is actually being increased. I guess this is supposed to better, help them fight against other Titans, which I feel like I get swarmed by Reapers already, and I get blasted by them, so I don't know how much increased projecting speed and accuracy is going to help me whatsoever, but it's definitely going to be a game changer. But also, too, they're actually getting a slight, 2 slight nerfs, so they're not going to be able to dodge as frequently, which is really nice. I always fight Reapers, and they're just dodging pretty much all the attacks I have against them. But as pilots, though, we actually do a lot more damage. So just like pilot sentries, we do 2 times damage with anti-Titan weapons, grenade weapons, and ordnance abilities, and we also do 3 times damage with any primary. So they're getting buffed, but they're also getting nerfed, and again, with the changes to the composition of, different, grunts and specters and stalkers and everything dropping into attrition, hopefully with the changes with Reapers, hopefully, and the composition changes in attrition, it won't be too overwhelming. Hopefully. Ishii, I'm not making any promises. I'm sorry that this is going to be a change, but hopefully it'll be a change for the good. Finally, I want to talk about the new game modes that are being added to the future playlist. So the first one is Tactical Attrition. So basically this one is you get a pilot kill, your pilot charge completely resets and you're able to use it again. This is fantastic. I love this. I want to play this game mode just because I run Tactical on every single gun. It takes up 1 slot on my weapon that I'm not able to use something else. And I want to try this game mode. It sounds a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are going to be trying this because of all the different types of abilities. I know with Grapple and Hollow Pilot and Pulse, abilities that are being changed, and Phase Shift is another one as well. I know a lot of people are going to be playing this and trying this out because I know how crazy it's going to be, for people wanting to reset their ability and get that pilot kill. So I really look forward to Tactical Attrition. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to try it with you guys in this update. Next one is Attack on Titanfall, and this is kind of funny because everyone now has 3 charges to grapple. I can imagine Iniquity is just filled with joy right now because he's going to be able to slingshot all over the place. But I see this game mode as just everybody is pretty much up in the air but me. I'm just going to be staring up in the air just like, what the hell? Where's everybody at? And I like it that they're giving different game modes for people that play differently. So Attack on Titanfall looks like it's going to be a fun game mode for people that love using grapple. But you're also going to be getting a lot of air combat, and that's one thing I really look forward to. Different people's gameplay. I know not mine, but I really do look forward to other people's gameplay of that game mode. And the last game mode is the Great Bamboozle, and this is funny because it's making everybody a holo pilot. So if you think it's crazy when I have my entire team play as holo pilot and it just completely confuses the enemy, this is going to be crazy because everybody is doing it, and I just cannot wait for the bamboozling, the just chaos that's happening, the confusion. I love it. I'm happy that this game mode is coming in. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, it's just like a party game mode. I wish I could, could have done this type of stuff in, my private matches, but I really do look forward to this one, just like Tactical Attrition. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and, awesome for Respawn doing something like this. It's just kind of a fun game mode for, the holiday. So, really awesome, really look forward to it, and, yeah, can't wait. Well, guys, those are the patch notes for next week. I mean, it looks like a whole lot of changes are coming to the game, some good, some bad, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see on Tuesday. There's some stuff that I would love to see addressed still, weapon balance-wise, but hopefully later in the future we get to see some changes to certain guns. But I would love to know what you guys think about some of these changes. I really look forward to celebrating, this update and Halloween with everybody during the stream next week. But I would love to know what you guys think about the patch notes and these updates that we're getting for next week. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys like, what you don't like, what you would love to see, later changed in the game. And hopefully maybe we'll get to see it changed, later in updates in different patches. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please drop me a like. Again, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this new update. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you have a great rest of the day today. And I will see you guys next time.